knocked out. To this direction, you can see the officers set up over there. They prod. Here, we'll show you this protester. Go ahead.
Step back, police officers. If you care about us, step back. If you have any care for these people, step back. Stop hitting them.
All right, we're going to move on. Hang on just 1 second. Excuse the
No, you
camera.
move. You stay safe. We're going to stay with your live pictures.
That's the other end of the box. I'm sorry.
Paul, we're staying with you. We could hear that man on that roof saying
yes
to the police over that intercom to stop hitting us, to telling the police to step back. Obviously, we have seen police out there using their batons, but as you point out, the protesters, people who are in those crowds at least, have vandalized a lot of the police vehicles. We saw the broken windows. We see the vandalism on those vehicles. I think a lot of people are wondering, how does this de-escalate?
Well, that is the question of the day, maybe the question of the week on how does all of this de-escalate. As you can see, some of the spirited protesters are walking right up to the police officers who are wearing their visors, and they're screaming in their face, and it seems to be when they step too close is when the officers back them up. I believe, as I said, it seemed to be that there was a tactical strategy to try to take back this intersection, but clearly that's not going to happen right now. As shoulder to shoulder, you can see these protesters, and if we can give you a very long view, Chris Audick is my photographer, go ahead and show where those people are on that city bus, way off in the distance. That's Fairfax Avenue. I know some of you had said this is near the farmer's market, which it is. So they would have to go all the way. I mean, I'm going to estimate that that's 250 yards of having to clear all these people. And there are thousands and thousands of them, it seems. And you look right there, this officer is grabbing something out of the other officer's pack. I mean, they're armed with rubber bullets. We haven't seen any firing of tear gas. But that is basically their strategy, it seems to be, is to fire rubber bullets into the ground in hopes of backing up the protesters. But this just seems like it could be a long, long stalemate here on 3rd Street in Los Angeles.
You can see that police officer with a flat tire, or a police vehicle, I should say, and obviously an ongoing confrontation.
Oh, no, and
right
now we're swinging batons again on a... I should know we've only seen one arrest so far. And I said to you, perhaps they're going to try to gain ground here, foot by foot. And there goes another rubber bullet ricocheting.
Paul, as we watch these images, we see a handful of police officers right there, more than a handful, clearly. But you also see dozens and dozens of protesters. It's only 3 in the afternoon there. How many officers are you seeing around?
If I had to count off the top of my head, as I described this for you, they're in a box formation, using storefronts to my right as one side of that box. I'll go with 200, and we'll show you. So start here, Chris, and go all the way around. You've got this skirmish line right here, and you see them moving protesters back now. Then we have officers who are all along this side of the street. There's a parking lot over there. And then off in the distance, this is where they sealed off this other group of demonstrators. You've got police officers. There's either an arrest right in front of us or a detainment. At times you don't know if it's an arrest or they're just detaining somebody, so this person's clearly taken into custody or detained for right now. Anyway, that's the other side of the box and those officers. So we'll come back this way and show you what's happening with these attempts to move people back and toward that intersection. But as I pointed to you, off in the distance, it is a long way to get back to Fairfax.